Economic institution. We expect a shocking rise in the dollar exchange rate after the central bank shuts down the currency conversion platform. Quote, the Iraq Future Foundation for Economic Studies and Consultations predicted a rise in the dollar exchange rate in the next few days, following the announcement by the Central Bank of Iraq of the suspension of the currency conversion window platform. You are watching Khan Baba. Today, December 15th evening, the Central Bank of Iraq's governor said the banking sector reforms aim to rebuild a modern regulated financial system. As part of the changes, the CBI plans to introduce a digital dinar. This move is tied to efforts to curb illicit flows and strengthen oversight. The governor emphasized these changes do not signal a surprise, redenomination, or devaluation. Instead, the CBI aims to stabilize the economy, improve transparency, and bring more money into the formal banking system. Good luck, because the Iraqi citizens are very leery of putting their currency into the bank. We hope Iraq's Central Bank of Iraq can change this line of thought, because until they change it, there's going to be little chance of revalue, float, adjustment, or whatever it is they're going to do. IMO, the Iraqi dinar is advancing in ways that we've only dreamed about. I see the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq explaining every day to the Iraqi citizens the monetary reform process, based on what the governor of the central bank and also on what Oliver Wyman said, and what December 15th requires. My opinion is on January 1st, 2026, that has to be something to replace 1,310, 1,320ths. There has to be. They're setting it up that way. They are the ones building up the anticipation, the drama, titillation, teasing, however you want to describe it. Every freaking day they come out and they tell the Iraqi citizens, this is what's happening. They needed to have that congratulatory ceremony, which they did today. Soudani came forward, thanking the United Nations for their 22 years of efforts and service, helping restore and turn the country of Iraq around and achieve stability. In return, Antonio, the head honcho of the UN, congratulated Iraq on achieving stability. I want you to think about something. With the UN's missions ending at the very end of this year, December 31st, 2025, why did they have and hold this congratulatory meeting ceremony this weekend? My opinion, This ceremony needed to happen before the rate is going to change and before Iraq gets back on the international world stage. Today was a very critical day within this investment because very critical news from the United Nations that put Chapter 7 sanctions on Iraq. They no longer have Chapter 7 sanction. Those have all been lifted regarding the financial aspect of Iraq that would prevent them from being able to revalue the currency. Iraq is now sovereign, eligible to revalue the currency. That's not in the way anymore. Those have all been lifted. The United Nations will be exiting Iraq, ending their UNAMI missions at the end of 2025. The UN's work within Iraq official ends on December 31, 2025. But there's another piece to this puzzle. Soudani sponsors the official ceremony announcing the end of UNAMI's work. Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Soudani sponsored on Saturday the official ceremony announcing the end of the mandate of the United Nations Assistance Mission for Iraq, UNAMI concludes its mission in Iraq in preparation for its departure at the end of the year. Economists back on TV today saying that marking the end of the program rate will mean for the Iraqi citizens end of economic hardship and it will bring forth a phase of prosperity. He said it will bring trust to the citizens of the government. Frank, get ready citizens. Omar, he said the end of 1310 era. At the end of 2025, Iraq is, and it will bring a new structure to our financial system in 2026. The results to their last November election will either make or break Iraq. I believe that Iraq will make the correct choice and chose prosperity and growth over the terrorist organizations residing in Iraq. To me it makes common sense they would, but we all know this is often not applied in politics. If for now, Iraq does choose prosperity, puts al-Soudani in for a second term, then continues what he started since January 2023, Iraq will move along as al-Soudani and Salah have told us. I wish I could tell everyone that the removing the of the zero has begun, but it hasn't. Here we sit, almost mid-December already, and still waiting for the execution of what they told us months ago would occur at about now. Will we have to wait until mid-2026 or longer for the reinstatement? Iraq could never be at a more critical time in its modern-day history than right now. The Iraq Embassy in Washington welcomes the U.S. House of Representatives vote to repeal the 1991 and 2002 authorizations for use of military force against Iraq, to repeal the Iraq war laws. This strengthens the partnership between the two countries. Remember, we are leaving when we are paid, and we are leaving. IMF Article 8 status. The IMF's article for consultation published in July of 2025 confirms Iraq no longer maintains any exchange restrictions on current account transactions and no longer has multiple currency practices. That means Iraq has already met the legal requirements for Article 8. That's big. The only remaining practical step is the public announcement that the dinar is fully convertible for current account transactions and the opening of a dinar trading pairs on international forex. Last Sunday, we know that when the dinar came out on forex as an international rate, they wanted the dinar to be traded up higher for us. We know what the rate was when it came out. The rate was to be traded up higher and higher and higher until they got to where it needed to be. Now, is it where it needs to be yet? I don't know. Will it be there by Thursday? Supposing that we start exchanges then. Probably so. So we'll see how that goes. We do know this, though, as far as the dinar is concerned, remember, at the redemption centers only, there is a contract rate, meaning it's been contracted. President Trump did this. Thank you for watching.